All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I'm Valsa Williams. The headlines. President Ram Nath Kovind to address joint sitting of both houses of Parliament today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to set up a committee to examine the issue of one nation, one election and give suggestions. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal urges small traders and retailers to join e-commerce platform to grow their business. Preparations in full swing to celebrate International Yoga Day tomorrow. And New Zealand beat South Africa by 4 wickets in a nail-biting match in ICC World Cup Cricket at Birmingham. President Ram Nath Kovind will address the joint sitting of both the Houses of Parliament today. He will deliver the address at the Central Hall of Parliament. The first session of the 17th Lok Sabha began on Monday, in which the newly elected members took oath and election of the Speaker was held. The Rajya Sabha will begin its proceedings from today after the address of the President. The Parliament session will continue till the 26th of July. The Economic Survey will be presented on the 4th of next month and the Union Budget on the 5th of July. Prime Minister Narendra Modi chaired a meeting of presidents of all political parties having representation in Parliament on the issue of one nation, one election. Briefing media persons after the meeting yesterday, Defence Minister Rajnath said the Prime Minister will form a committee to look into the various aspects of one nation, one election in the country. The committee will submit its report within a fixed time frame. Mr. Singh said in the meeting most of the political parties supported the idea of one nation, one election.
Most of the members supported one nation, one election issue in the meeting. Only CPI and CPIM expressed some difference of opinion, but they also did not oppose one nation, one election issue directly. However, they expressed apprehension that how it will be implemented. Prime Minister in his address announced that a committee will be constituted which will look in all the aspects of the issue and give its recommendations within a stipulated period.
Mr. Singh said 40 political parties were invited for the meeting yesterday, out of which 21 attended and 3, including AIADMK, sent their views. Mr. Singh added that besides one nation, one election, the meeting also discussed ways to improve the productivity of Parliament, building a new India, programs related to the celebrations of Mahatma Gandhi's 150th birth anniversary, and development of aspirational districts. The Defence Minister said every party agreed to enhance the productivity of Parliament and said there should be an atmosphere of debate and deliberations on the issues of concern in both the houses. Mr. Rajnath Singh said many parties emphasized on the need to make the new generation aware about the ideals of Mahatma Gandhi, and celebration of the 150th birth anniversary is an opportunity to achieve it. He said there was a positive approach among the parties about development of aspirational districts, and the Prime Minister also urged the states to bring 10% of the total blocks at the level of state average. The Prime Minister also spoke about water management, saying that it is a challenge and stressed on conservation of water. Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal has urged small traders and retailers to join e-commerce platform to expand their business. Addressing a meeting of Kirana stores, traders and retailers associations in New Delhi, Mr. Goyal called upon small traders to come on GEM platform, which has achieved 25,000 crore rupees turnover. The meeting was aimed at exploring the strengths and weaknesses of small traders and engaging them for discussions on issues of e-commerce. Mr. Goyal reiterated that India will not allow multi-brand retail by foreign companies, and on the pretext of B2B, no entry will be allowed for multi-brand retail. He also asserted that predatory pricing will not be allowed and necessary action will be taken against defaulters. He said the government will give all support and assistance to small traders and retailers. The Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister has released a detailed note titled GDP Estimation in India, Perspectives and Facts. The note provides a clear rationale for India's switch to an improved GDP estimation methodology in January 2015. The new methodology that uses 2011-12 as the base year includes two major improvements. One is incorporation of MCA 21 database and the other is the incorporation of the recommendations of System of National Accounts SNA 2008. This change was in line with other countries that have changed their methodologies in line with SNA 2008 and revised their respective GDP figures. On an average, real GDP estimates saw an increase of 0.7% among OECD countries. The Enforcement Directorate has arrested two former executives in connection with its money laundering probe in the Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Services Limited IL&FS alleged financial irregularities case. Officials said former joint MD of the company Arun K. Saha and MD of Transportation Network K. Ramchand were arrested yesterday evening in Mumbai under the Prevention of Money Laundering Act (PMLA). These are the first arrests in this case by the Enforcement Directorate. They said the two will be produced before a special PMLA court in Mumbai today. IL&FS has defaulted on payment of loans to SIDBI and along with its subsidiaries has a combined debt of over 91,000 crore rupees. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. Preparations are in full swing to celebrate International Yoga Day tomorrow. Ranchi has been chosen to organize the main event, which will be led by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Over 30,000 people are expected to participate in the main event, which will be attended by several state dignitaries besides the yoga organizations and yoga gurus. On 11th December 2014, the United Nations had proclaimed the 21st of June as the International Day of Yoga, after recognizing its universal appeal. The national capital is also gearing up to celebrate the International Day of Yoga tomorrow. Talking to AIR News, Chairman of New Delhi Municipal Council Naresh Kumar said the main event in the city will be organized at Rajpath.
NDMC, in collaboration with the Ayush Mantralaya, is organizing the International Yoga Day at 4 places in NDMC area. The major function will be at the Rajpath. We are expecting about more than 15,000 will participate into the International Yoga Day program. Similarly, we are organizing Lodi Garden, Talkatora Garden and Nehru Park. We are expecting anything from 1,500 to 2,000 people will participate into the International Yoga Day program, for which NDMC and Ayush Mantralaya will jointly make all the arrangements required for this program.
Registrar of Delhi Medical Council and President of Delhi Medical Association, Dr. Girish Tyagi, said yoga has an important role in disease control.
Yoga plays a very important role in today's scenario in the disease control, as most of the diseases are because of the stress level and anxiety. And yoga and the lifestyle modification are the two things which can prevent the most of the diseases like heart attack, cardiac diseases, diabetes, stroke, which affect the majority of the population. Delhi Medical Association is totally committed to the propagation of yoga and its role in the disease control. Delhi Medical Association, we are having a yoga day on 21st, and in which most of the doctors are participating in the yoga.
Prem Bhatia of Vishwa Bharati Yog Sansthan, an NGO, said apart from conducting yoga programs on International Day of Yoga, they will felicitate yoga teachers and yoga students.
विश्व भारती योग संस्थान का 21 जून को सुबह 7 बजे से लेकर 9 बजे तक कार्यक्रम रहेगा। जो योगा सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स के जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं वे आएंगे, वे अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करेंगे। पिछले 3 बैचेस में जो बच्चे फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड पोजीशन जिन्होंने ली है उनको विशेष रूप से सम्मानित किया जाएगा। योग और जीवन पर आधारित पुस्तक आओ खुशी के दीप जलाएं, उसका विमोचन किया जाएगा।
In Tamil Nadu, special yoga sessions will be held at many places in Chennai tomorrow. Private bodies complement the efforts of public sector units in conducting mass yoga sessions. A report from our correspondent.
Proponents of yoga say its regular practice leads to a healthy body and a healthy mind. To popularize yoga, more sessions are being organized in public places like parks and educational institutions. The Chennai Metro Rail Corporation is conducting yoga sessions in the mornings and evenings in its different station premises. Since yesterday, that would be continued till Sunday with special sessions on Friday. The National Institute of Siddha, a central Ayush institute in Chennai, has organized a marathon yoga practice on Friday. The yoga enthusiasm is catching up with the public on a massive scale. Jai Singh, AR News, Chennai.
In Bihar, the 15-member central team of doctors and paramedical staff has joined the team providing treatment to encephalitis-affected children in Muzaffarpur. The Union Health Ministry has decided to send 5 special teams of doctors and paramedics to Muzaffarpur to tackle the situation. The state government has also asked pediatricians from Samastipur, Sitamarhi and Supal to report at Sri Krishna Medical College Hospital in Muzaffarpur within 24 hours. Meanwhile, some new suspected cases of AES have been reported in Bhagalpur, West Champaran, Vaishali and Samastipur districts. A 2-day international workshop on issues related with piracy and armed robbery began in New Delhi yesterday. The workshop is being organized by the Indian Coast Guard in cooperation with the Regional Cooperation Agreement on Combating Piracy and Armed Robbery Against Ships in Asia, RCAP. Presently, 20 countries are members of the RCAP. Officials of concerned ministries and members of the diplomatic corps are attending the workshop. The participants are being trained on issues related to piracy and armed robbery, such as international laws, prosecution process, forensics, and emerging threats. In Jharkhand, one Maoist was killed in an encounter with CRPF and police at Urmu village in Bano block of Simdega district yesterday evening. One AK-47 rifle and a large amount of ammunition and explosives were recovered from the encounter site. An encounter broke out after security forces launched search operation in the area. Today is World Refugee Day. This day is observed on the 20th of June every year to celebrate the stories and contributions of refugees. The theme this year is Step with Refugees, Take a Step on World Refugee Day. Our correspondent has filed this report.
According to the latest annual study released by the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, 70.8 million children, women and men were forcibly displaced at the end of last year. This is the highest number in the organization's almost 70-year history. The study, released yesterday, said wars, violence and persecution have driven record numbers of people from their homes worldwide. Almost 2/3 of those uprooted from their homes are internally displaced people who have not left their homelands. About 80% of these refugees live in countries neighboring their country of origin. Suparna Sekya, AIR News, Delhi.
In the ICC Cricket World Cup, a brilliant knock of 106 runs in 138 balls by captain Kane Williamson and Colin de Grandhomme's quick-fire 60 in 47 balls helped New Zealand beat South Africa by 4 wickets in a nail-biting match in Birmingham last night. Kane Williamson was declared man of the match for his superb knock. New Zealand won the toss and invited South Africa to bat first. And now for an overview of today's newspapers, it's over to Anuja Kumar.
Thank you, Valsa. Most newspapers lead with Prime Minister Modi's initiative for simultaneous polls in the country. PM to form One Nation, One Poll panel amid opposition dissent is the Hindustan Times headline. Prime Minister's Economic Council refutes ex-CEA's claim on GDP numbers, reports the Economic Times, saying former Chief Economic Advisor Arvind Subramanian replied more on private agencies while raising doubts over CSO data. On the International Yoga Day tomorrow, the Asian Age notes Modi in Ranchi, Shah in Rohtak for Friday Yoga. Army plans new agile border battle groups, reports the Times of India. On the fallout of the encephalitis epidemic, the Pioneer writes encephalitis costs Lychee 100 crore rupees trade. Government to slash approvals needed to open Kirana stores, eateries amid demands for a single window regime, writes the Times of India. And finally, now track your stolen mobile. Government ready to roll out IMEI database in a bid to curtail rampant cloning and theft of mobile phones across the country, writes the Indian Express. And with that, it's back to you, Valsa.
Thank you, Anuja. Now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Ram Nath Kovind to address joint sitting of both houses of Parliament today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to set up a committee to examine the issue of one nation, one election and give suggestions. Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal urges small traders and retailers to join e-commerce platform to grow their business. Preparations in full swing to celebrate International Yoga Day tomorrow. And New Zealand beat South Africa by 4 wickets in a nail-biting match in ICC World Cup Cricket at Birmingham. With that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.